Hey guys, in this lecture we're going to look at multi-conditional lookup with DSUM. In the previous lecture, we create this dashboard to have a summary view of our data sets based on a choosing category. Now that when I click on this particular cell and I click on this drop down side, if I select a particular category, you see that the number of key phrases associated to that particular category will be shown, the add cost, the sign up, the conversion, the sales. So what we are simply doing here is that we are filtering our data set based on one criteria. Now, and that criteria is the category column. So now anything we have on category is what we are filtering our data set based on. But in a situation whereby you want to filter your data set based on multiple criteria, let's say for example, we want to filter our data set based on category, campaign, sales, and sign up cost per category, then we cannot make use of this. We cannot make use of the sum if function or the count if function. Then we have to make use of the database function in Excel, which are the DSUM, the DCount, the DAverage, DMin, and the DMax function in Excel. Now, let's say for example, we want to calculate the add cost here. The first thing we do is for us to press equal to, then we use the DSUM function in Excel. Then we input our database. Our database is simply the table, the marketing performance table. Then we write marketing performance. Then we place a comma. Now the next thing is for us to input the field, and the name of the field is add cost. Okay, write add cost. Start writing add cost. Then the criteria, we select the entire criteria here that we want to filter our data set based on, including the empty cell underneath it. Then we can press function F4 to anchor it, then we hit enter. So now if I select general category now, you see that we tend to have the same figure that we have here, but it's just that this one is an approximated value to this. Now the next thing that we want to do, we can decide to copy this by pressing Ctrl+C, and we now highlight the entire cell. Then we press Ctrl+Alt+V to paste special, and we now paste the formula there. Now we are still having the same figure here. Then we now click on this to edit the field. Then we now write sign ups, because what is there is sign ups. Hit enter. We have gotten the number for sign ups. Then for conversion also, we just come here, we select conversion, write conversion. Then we hit enter. You can also come here to change this, the add cost, to sales. Change it to sales. Then we hit enter also. Now, if I select a particular, if I click on a designer, hit enter, you see that the data set will also be filtered further. Now, if I set any figure that is less than 100, that is what we want to see, you see that our data set will also be filtered further. Now let's say for example, if I said anyone that has high this, you see that there is none. Now if I select a medium for it, you see that this is the medium. Now let's say for example, we want to look at the number of key phrases that is associated to each of these. Let me clear it. To each of these, the number of key phrases we are going to use to calculate. To do that, we're going to use DCount function. The DCount function in Excel, that is DCount A. Now the next thing is for us to impute the database, which is the marketing performance table. Then the field is going to be unique key phrases. Unique key phrases. Unique key phrases. Then we close the quotation mark. Then the next thing is the criteria. This is our criteria. Then we close it. Then we hit enter. You see that the key phrases associated to this general is about 57, and that is what we have here. By the time I input a campaign there, you see that the number of key phrases will be reduced. You see, to 11. Then if let's assume there is another key phrase there that you want to use. Let's assume I want to use let's say from discount. Let's look at discount. Now if I write, then I want to know the number of key phrases. As for this discount, and I hit enter, is about 27. So now you can see that the figure is also changing also. So now let's assume sales that is less than 100, sales less than 100. You see the figure is also shown there. So now you can use d min and d max function to find the minimum and the maximum value for each of the of this filter criteria in your data set. So this is how to use a database function in Excel to filter your data set based on multiple conditions. Thanks for listening and hope to see you next time.